Well, let's continue. Well, as I said, at the price PD, our producer will be just indifferent between producing the quantity QD or not producing at all, shutting down. At price PM, now our producer will certainly able to cover part of its fixed cost, so it will certainly produce at QM. As long as it can cover part of fixed cost, that's better than not producing. At price PH, now our producer is also able to make profit, so it will certainly produce at QH. Shutdown prices here, for example, 80. So short run supply curve. Well, remember the definition of supply. Supply curve was telling us the production level or the quantity brought by the producers to the market, our suppliers to the market, at each price level. So at any price level above the shutdown price, well, the point with which the horizontal line at the price level intersects with MC will basically show the point at which the company prefers to produce. At which level the company prefers to produce. So MC curve at every price level, it shows us the quantity that is being produced. So originally it shows the cost level, of course, but also the cost level that is at any marginal cost level at any production level is also shows also the price level the company should have in a perfectly competitive market to produce that quantity. So basically MC curve, when we put it also on a when we have a price cost, when we bring price and cost curves together, basically on a price cost line represented by y-axis and the quantity represented by the x-axis. In that case, the marginal cost curve above the average variable cost curve, because of the reasons I have explained, represents the short run supply curve. So at any price, when you just look to the quantity, when you basically find the point that of MC that intersects with that price, the vertical line that comes from this price level, and basically find the quantity which is represented by the intersection, that gives you the quantity which will be supplied by the producer. For a single producer in a perfectly competition market, MC curve shows what quantity will be supplied at each price level above the shutdown price level. Below the shutdown price level, the producer will supply 0 units. So this part is not included. So for the whole industry, well, we take a representative company. So if you have 100 companies, you just need to multiply it with 100. Assuming there are some differences in cost curve structure, however, you might also vertically add the supply curves. That's also possible. I mean, the quantity that will be supplied at each price level. So, long run. What will happen in the long run? In the long run, basically, well, first we will draw individual long run supply curve for individual producers. Whole analysis is the same, so basically we won't repeat it. We will just show it, and then we will show long run supply curve for the whole market. Here we will have a difference. And then we will discuss implications. These implications are why perfect. I mean, why the result we will see, ultimate result we will see is perfect. That will be what that's what we are going to discuss. So basically, just in case of similar to the case of the short run, in case of long run marginal cost curve represents above the long run average cost curve. Not any more variable cost because we don't have fixed costs in the long run. So basically, we just have long run average cost curve. In the long run, the company needs to make profit to stay in the business. As long as they make profit, as long as the price is above the minimum long run average cost curve, long run marginal cost curve represents the supply curve of a single company. Okay, for the same reasons we have discussed. But now we come to the opportunity cost, basically at back, and that will be kind of put us a side note to the conclusion. So here we assume that as long as the company gets some profit, even if it is infinitesimally small, the company will produce. In reality, however, when we just take into account the physical costs, the actual costs that the people pay, that's not enough for a company to start producing. The company also needs to take into account opportunity cost, and that opportunity cost is at least the potential return the company can get from another investment. And in that case, at the very least, we might look to the money the company is able to get if the company puts the money into a bank. Of course, there could be other and more profitable investments the company could take. So in that case, opportunity cost will be represented by them. And at this, we should also put some risk premium because the investment is likely to be more risky than putting the money to the bank. So actually, the real starting point will be somewhere about this, or this long-run average cost curve should also take into account the opportunity costs. So this is the if there is no opportunity cost, this is the long-run supply curve. It is a horizontal supply line at the minimum long-run average cost. This is for the long run. I mean, in the short run, the supply might go above or below it, but in the long run, in all perfectly competitive market, you have a vertical supply line at the long-run minimum average cost. So, and the quantity produced will be determined by the demand. If demand is high, then the production will be high at the long run minimum average cost. And if the production is low, then the supply will be low at the long run average minimum cost. So the quantity, whatever the buyers demand, will be produced at the minimum possible cost, which gives you actually an idea on why this solution is so perfect. Why is this the case? Now, that's the point. So let's see what will happen if this is not the case. This might not the case if the price is higher than long run minimum average cost. In that case, basically the price will be somewhere here, which will mean that at the profit maximizing point, basically average revenue will be higher than the average cost, and on average the companies in the market are able to get revenue. We take opportunity cost, I mean the next best alternative, basically, also into account. And when we take this into account, basically, I mean, since there is a positive amount of revenue, profit in this market, new companies will enter to the market. But when new companies enter to the market, in the whole market, supply will increase. This will basically decrease the marginal revenue or demand of companies. And this process, however, as long as there is some amount of profit that people are able to earn, when all costs, including opportunity costs, are included, the companies continue to enter to the market. Companies will only stop entering to the market when the existing companies in the market just break even. If the profits are zero, again, normal profits. In actual case, the opportunity cost should also be included. So in the end, basically, we will return to the point at which the profits are zero, and basically, optimum production level is for every company is the production level at which the long run average cost curve is minimum. That's the minimum possible cost, average cost for that product. If the price is lower than this, in that case, of course, the companies will exit from the market in the long run. The supply will decrease, and again, as supply decreases, marginal revenue curve will go up, and this process will continue up to the point when marginal revenue curve will just intersect with long-run average cost curve at one point, and companies start to break even. So, in the long run, according to this model, the market always returns to the price level at which basically the price is equal to minimum long-run average cost curve. So why this level is, of course, I have discussed. Why is this solution so perfect? So, in order to analyze its perfection, we might ask questions like, of course, there could be some other long-run type questions, but for the basic analysis, to understand the basic logic, we might ask three questions. What is producer surplus in a perfectly competitive market? Can any type of market with non-profit maximizing producers, for example, aiming to maximize the benefit of the consumers, deliver the goods in the long run equilibrium price of perfect competitive market? Can they produce more than the companies are producing, or can they produce the same product for a lower price? Basically, this hypothetical producers who are just not aiming to maximize their profits, but rather aiming to just benefit the consumers. So, in this basic model, it's not impossible because first, basically, the cost is at its minimum possible point, long-run average cost, which means if you produce less, if you sell the product for a lower price, in that case, you will make loss. Even if you are producing for the benefit of the consumers, you are not able to do that because unless someone is financing your production. It might be possible that some products might be financed by the state or even some benevolent consumers to pay for that product company. For example, the Red Cross or Red Moon Kızılay in Turkey is financed by volunteer contributors. But as an independent institution, it is impossible to produce at a price less than the long run, the price at which the producers in a perfect competitive market produce in the long run. Can they produce more? No, because in the long run, basically, whatever quantity is demanded at that price level can be produced by these companies. So I would say a little bit more on this view in the next part. See you in the next part.